Hello and welcome. You're watching Good Times. मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता, so who's the mard and the dard here?
It's all him.
सब मैं हूँ.
So comedy and action करना must have been tough, no?
Yeah. I think it's also the oldest things that people ever wanted to record or watch, like clowns.
Yeah.
You know, the first entertainers.
Yeah.
So action comedy has always been in our DNA.
Like Buster Keaton.
Yeah, Buster Keaton too.
Yeah.
Even before Edison, the first movies he shot were bodybuilders and clowns.
Yeah.
So it's been a tradition.
But what
And,
if you? But the thing is, like these days, also I think the way filmmakers and actors also prepare. If you figure things out, then it doesn't become that difficult.
True.
It's just tiring, but it's not difficult.
Tell our viewers why should they go and watch मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता.
क्योंकि ये पिक्चर में सारे वो क्लीशे हैं जो आप कोई और बॉलीवुड मूवी में देखते हो, पर विद एन इंटरनेशनल टच. तो यू हैव टू फाइंड इट बिकॉज वी डिडंट रियलाइज इट व्हाइल मेकिंग इट दैट सर हैज पुट ऑल दीस क्लीशेस इन द फिल्म, बट इट्स रियली एंटरटेनिंग. Lots of action, lots of humor, lots of drama. If you like any of these genres, please come and watch our film, give us a little of your love and enjoy.
And well, Abhimanyu, I was seeing your tweet where you said you will get tired of extending the finish line before I get tired of crossing it. ये किस मूड में लिखा था यार?
ये रोज का मूड है, उठता ही ऐसे.
You read it on Instagram?
No, यार Twitter पे.
Oh,
And
Twitter.
this was in
Just liked it this morning.
I liked it
You
this
liked
morning.
it this morning.
But this was in 2016 and the date is 23rd December 2016.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't like it this morning. 2016. I didn't even. Oh, yes.
It's
but it's pinned.
a pinned tweet.
It's a
Oh, it's a
pinned
pinned
tweet.
tweet. Okay.
Yeah.
हाँ, तो what was the mood when you were writing it?
Just of you know, you go into a thought process where you're questioning yourself, and then you realize how much you have come and how much you've grown in the past 1 year, and then you realize you never thought you'd reach here. But this is not the end. You still feel that you have so much more to go. And every time I reach a set goal, I just look back and say there's just so much more to do. You know, so I always keep extending the finish line for myself. So I've never मतलब आज तो मैं rest करूँगा because I've achieved, no. Like even when we came back from Macau, I remember, and as soon as we got in the car, I don't know if anyone knows, not too many people know, but I won the best young actor at Macau International Film Festival, which makes it first for any Indian. As soon as we came back and landed, we got in the car to go back home, and I told Vasan sir कि sir घर जाके नहाएंगे, सोएंगे और कल super workout करेंगे. You know, that was my way of kind of celebrating to work harder than I have before. You know, so that's kind of the thought process that I've come from, because everything in my life I feel hasn't ever come to me. It's always make it happen. You know, things don't happen for me, you make things happen.
I think that happens for most of us. And also first, I'll ask you the second question before I come to both your, what do I say, the wingmen. And also 2000.
This man right here, he's
the
absolute
pilot.
captain.
The captain, yeah.
Yeah, absolute captain.
Co-pilot, and you're
Yeah,
the wingman.
yeah.
Co-pilot.
Star,
Who's wearing the
star?
star? Who's got the chain?
Sorry, petrol यही है.
Who's got the watch? टोपी किसने पहनी है?
All right, the boss आप हैं, sir.
हाँ.
Okay, and he's got his shades on. You remember that song from the
So if he's the driver, then he's the conductor.
80, the future is so bright, I need to wear shades.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes,
You do?
yes, yes,
Awesome.
yes,
I
yes.
am so impressed. Not many people remember
Yeah,
this song.
it's
Yeah,
also
yeah,
one of my
yeah.
captions. Instagram.
Also, now the fact is, like 2016, the movie took so long in the making.
Yeah.
Did you ever question that this was my debut? Did I make the right choice? Or maybe... No?
So all my questioning stopped after I met Vasan. I went through a 6-week-long process in which I was fortunate enough to spend a lot of time with Vasan sir. And before that, I used to question myself every single day. मैं क्यों? सब मतलब showers used to be 45 minutes long. Always, you know.
The shower में मैं क्यों 45
Always.
minutes के लिए
आप
आऊँ?
भी everyone does that.
No रे.
Shower में ही सबसे ज़्यादा questions shower में आते हैं.
नहीं, और फिल्मों में भी ना, मतलब वो एकदम कथारसिस के बाद मोमेंट ऐसे, मतलब हाथ उधर रख के पूरा कोल्ड शावर.
Which after 2 minutes you walk out of the theater,
Yeah,
it's out.
yeah.
And after you're out of the shower, it's all like rinsed out.
Yeah.
But so I had the power of believing in myself after he started believing in me. And there was just no looking back after that.
And you got the idea for this film after a friend narrated an incident when he was sitting at the dentist's and उसको दर्द नहीं हुआ था.
Yeah, so there was this kid who refused to take anesthesia for his sittings. So that's when I came to know, we always felt as kids that, if we didn't feel pain, it's probably like a superpower. Master ji mare ya koi bhi kuch bhi kare, Yeah, all the bullies beat you up and you're like, or maar, and but it's a fatal condition, yeah. I mean, and the fact that at a deeper level, it teaches us that pain is so essential for survival. So I saw a lot of documentaries, read a lot about it, but I really didn't want to make those documentaries. Like always wanted to make a martial arts film, and so this condition came in, and there's a character Ajoba which is played by Mr. Mahesh Manjrekar. So he kind of makes this kid understand the idea of pain by showing him movies. And when in action movies when people get hurt, he encourages his grandson to say ouch. But obviously, I mean, the boy gets like addicted to them, and he kind of formulates other things in his mind from the movies that he watches. I think we also probably did pretty much those things, but never really got them to reality. It just stayed in our minds like this grand master plan to beat up bullies or someone who beat you up, or you planned and trained in isolation.
True.
For months and did nothing.
I did nothing.
Yeah, but just felt so amazing those days of like you just felt like the Rocky themes going on, and you're just
ख्यालों में मैं punch करके
yeah, the most amazing workout ever.
Rocky,
So,
Champ,
yeah,
all
Rocky,
those films.
yeah.
But you tell me, you worked with him on The Peddlers, and when you came on board for this, what was the experience like? And I can see you in the poster with your shades on. You're
And
the cool dude.
with one leg missing as well. So that's me. Me too. So I have a double role, in case you didn't know.
Oh?
There's two of me. Yeah, so that was another reason to sort of like be excited about Mard Ko Dard Nahi Hota, because it's a double role. I play twin brothers. And having worked with Vasan before, I've always had a wonderful working relationship with Vasan. We met on the sets of That Girl in Yellow Boots, my first feature film.
Yeah,
It was directed by Anurag Kashyap. He was working with Anurag at that point of time. So we kind of met, and then we did a short film together after that called Talented. And in a way, sort of a precursor to Mard Ko Dard Nahi Hota in terms of sensibilities. It's available on YouTube, so you should check it out. And then we did Peddlers, which was a difficult film to make at various levels. And then in some way, I think the satisfaction of having worked with him and having that relationship was not fulfilled because our film hadn't released, Peddlers. So this seemed like it's going to release. At least when he came to me, it seemed like this will release. And it seemed like fun, and it seemed like we both of us, like I've also moved on in life, and he's also moved on. And I felt that I'm a better actor now to be working with him, and there was something. And also I had a setback. I had shattered my knee during a ski accident, and I was sitting at home basically 2 months post-surgery, and I decided not to take up any work and just work on my knee. That was the time when this gentleman came to me and said, do this movie. So I think there's something inside me which said that you need to rise up to this challenge.
And also rave reviews at the festival circuit, like the Toronto Film Festival and all. And as your trailer also says, now before it can get labeled as a festival film, we are finally in the theaters. Was that a relief, and why did it take so long?
No, it had a festival run post TIFF. The festivals usually go year round, and also what happens during these festival rounds is it facilitates sales for all these regions. So we had a plan. So from there we moved on to Southeast Asia, and sold certain territories where all the movie fits, and so which is why this 6 months from TIFF. So all that has happened. Now the India release, and post this it'll release around the world.
It's also coming out in Australia and New Zealand at the same time.
Even
and
the
then
UAE.
Yeah, and then UAE, and then there'll be the European and American release, and something in China.
And then in China, probably 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later.
So Abhimanyu, anxious moments, because as जैसे आपने कहा मैं छोटा सा रोल है कहीं दिख जाऊंगा, but everyone's been talking about your performance. And any anxious moments, because now you are part of that pack of newcomers, and eyes are now going to be looking out for you.
First of all, thank you. and no, not anxious at all. Excited. I'm just hoping when the viewers watch this film, they find a little bit of themselves in Surya, and they kind of find a little bit of Surya in themselves. That's what I'm hoping that this film achieves. Everything else that the film was supposed to do for me, I think it's done. I've met some wonderful people, learned a lot. I think I've grown tremendously since the making of the film to now. And having such wonderful people in my life, film's given me enough. And that's not much more I can ask for it, you know.
So what was your mom's reaction? Has she seen the film?
She did. She did, and she ran out of the theater.
She's been crying tears of joy ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I
in
think
short.
the mommy's screening.
Yeah.
No,
That
yesterday
dialogue,
also she
na,
was.
Pappu passed
Yesterday
away.
also she was, yeah. equally,
Yesterday
yeah.
also, like, she was like she was really holding.
You can
it
see
back.
the pride. You can
Yeah,
see.
I was trying to
yeah.
poke it out of her, but then she did a good
Both
job.
Mom and dad.
And also you were kept away from the limelight and everything while you were growing up, but did you always want to be an actor?
No, not at all. If I show you some photographs of me, you'd think that clearly I hope you didn't want to become an actor back then. But at the age of 16, I kind of got independent from my family, and I dabbled in various startups, which were mostly successful. But what I realized jumping from one industry to another, creating or starting these startups, was what turns me on is the creativity part of it. And where is the most creativity in India? Film industries. So in 2010, I became an assistant director on the Marudam. That's
Yeah, we were on
yeah,
the same film.
same.
Like we didn't like I don't
Interact
think we
with-
shot together. but
No,
yeah.
I wasn't on the Goa schedule
Yeah, the
because
Goa.
I had my exams on, because I was studying as well.
Okay.
And yeah, assisted on a couple of films there. My parents didn't want me to get into this industry actively. They were like, stay away from this industry, you know, because it's a hard life, and they wanted a protected, safer life. Doctor ban jao, engineer ban jao, you know, one of
आजकल तो
those.
कुछ safe नहीं है.
But yeah, but one thing led to another. I had some beautiful conversations with Abhishek Bachchan, and shout out to Ayushman as well. They kind of guided me and said, give this a shot, you know, and yeah, the rest is history.
Oh, okay. And also, "Mard ko dard nahi hota," famous Mr. Bachchan's dialogue. But then after, you know, that dialogue, everybody in the modern context was changing it. Ki "Mard ko dard hona chahiye," you know,
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
had
yeah.
this whole wave that
Yeah.
men should feel the pain. So
Yeah.
ये जो एक dichotomy है.
हाँ, तो दिस इज जस्ट लिटरल, क्योंकि इस मर्द को सच में दर्द नहीं होता क्योंकि बीमारी है. तो इट्स अ कंडीशन.
Yeah.
सो या
ऐसे कोई, do you know of people who have this cognitive insensitivity?
Cognitive,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
People
yeah.
have messaged after the trailer as well.
Yeah.
In fact, there is a couple of BBC documentaries, and this girl has also come to the Oprah Winfrey show, and BBC has been following this particular girl for like when she was younger, and now when she's 10, you know, what's her life like. And there are so many people who
You know,
are
like, you know, there are
online.
these people also do these amazing feats, like to dip their hand in burning oil,
Yeah.
and that's a very partial son
Yeah.
of this condition,
So
which is not fatal,
CIPA.
Yeah.
an unfatal form of this.
So all the people who just put
who
nails,
poke things,
poke
yeah,
things.
nothing, they can't feel.
So yeah,
anything.
so basically they don't feel pain. Yeah.
So what's your threshold of pain?
Each of us. My surgeon told me it's very high. I'm 1,000 case when it comes to physical pain, but when it comes to heartbreak, I think I'm quite hopeless there.
इसे लगता है इसके काफी हुए हैं. But now
इसीलिए
तो
इधर सीने पे पहना है और पिन भी
Protection.
लगाया मैंने पिन patched up.
yeah, I can say he's the star of heartbreaks. What about both of you?
I think there's no bravado in hiding pain. जब पेन होता है बता देना चाहिए यार, नुकसान क्यों करें अपने आप का.
Yeah.
मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता ना,
हाँ,
तो
वो तो
खड़े होकर
पुराने ख्यालात हैं. आई थिंक द न्यू वन मतलब वही जैसे कि मर्द जेंडर ही है, मर्दांगी प्रॉब्लम है.
There's a misunderstood masculinity. I mean, whole masculinity is also misunderstood and over romanticized and all those things. So, मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता. I mean, if you think
Also,
of it
kind
that
of
way,
society kind of jades you into believing you're supposed to behave in a certain way.
Yeah.
not-
ऐसा कुछ नहीं
yeah.
है.
Men don't cry, boys don't feel
सब-
I
pain.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm very emotional.
Yeah.
When was the last time you cried?
Last
तो
time
रोया हुआ तुम,
last
कल-
time I stopped
कल-
myself from crying, I can tell you.
When was that?
Yesterday. Actually.
Yesterday, yeah.
ऐसा क्या?
And it
we
wasn't
are
that.
showing a screening.
No, not that time. Actually, it was before that, when I was sitting at home with my family,
Oh, okay.
with my grandparents and my mom and dad and my sister.
Oh.
that I don't know why. Just
Nice.
they were like just talking about, oh, today evening we have to go and watch his film.
Awesome. But
And
that's happy tears.
I mean, I controlled. I didn't let it out.
Oh.
Because then they would all come and hug me and all that. फिर थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो रहा है.
और तुम्हारा क्लैश भी हो रहा है अक्षय कुमार के साथ, द एक्शन मैन, जिसको सच में दर्द नहीं होता.
बिल्कुल ही क्लैश नहीं है. मतलब हम
Not
चाहते
at
हैं
all.
कि सुबह सुबह उठो, होली खेलो, उनकी फिल्म देख लो, उसके बाद कल से हम फ्राइडे से हमारी फिल्म देख लेना.
बिल्कुल.
पूरा इंडिया देख ले केसरी.
हाँ. उसके
हम
बाद
भी अक्षय कुमार फैन है मतलब.
all of us.
Yeah.
We grew up. I mean, I grew up on.
So there's no
like
clash
Khiladi
really. I mean,
Tumhari.
every Friday, Thursday, this time is a Thursday, but every Friday there's going to be some film or the other. So it's fine. I mean,
We'll coexist.
We never really
Happy coexist.
we'll
एक डायलॉग बोला था आपने
वो
वो
वापस
तारे
बोलो।
वाले का प्लीज
अच्छा.
Feel
The
है
sky is big enough for many stars to shine bright together.
Which is true. Which
यहाँ
is
पे
true.
पर लेकिन
But you have
4,500
Akshay, Ranveer,
screens है.
everybody promoting your film, yeah?
अक्षय को तो जबरदस्ती घसीटा है अपने.
yeah
Oh.
मतलब
but
Without
So now we know how the PR exercises are done.
but big shout out to Ranveer.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't need a shout out from us, but I still love you, bro. It was really awesome of him to just come on board in 1 second. He didn't give it a thought also. It was all love from his side. When I asked him, he was like, huh? And he's like, पर मैं तुझे वहाँ मारूंगा. I said,
No, but
he
it's,
took one for the
you
team.
know, yeah, but then that's why it makes sense. that,
Absolutely,
I think he was
absolutely.
right about like
Absolutely.
having a sense of humor about it. Also.
yeah, I think it was a wonderful idea. Yeah.
And also there's a mind blowing कहानी के पीछे कहीं बुरे decisions होते हैं. आपके सबसे बुरे decisions क्या रहे हैं लाइफ में?
I think my worst decision was not telling my parents I want to make films right after school.
Okay. तो आपको भी they wanted you also to become engineer, doctor.
हाँ, मैंने सब ट्राई किया. तो उसके पहले ही बोल देना चाहिए था.
और आप दोनों के?
I had a bike accident many years ago. I suffered multiple slip discs with that.
उसके बाद बाइक पे तो नहीं चढ़े ना?
Mom पैर तोड़ देगी.
इसमें भी तो बाइक पे नहीं चढ़े ना? हाँ, सही.
बाइक गिरी है मेरे ऊपर, वो अलग बात है.
आपको तो डर नहीं हुआ था?
But yeah, I think that was because it took me about 1 year to get back on my feet after that.
There are many, many times I'll instead of a particular incident, I'll just narrate a feeling. There are times when you know that you shouldn't do it, or you know that you should do this, but you don't do either. And then later you regret that, oh, I knew it, I should have done this, or I knew it, I shouldn't have done this. That, sometimes that's like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Got you.
So there are many of those instances.
और as you're promoting the film, सबसे painful इन तीनों मर्दों को क्या दर्द हुआ था during the course of promotions?
During promotions or shooting
or
the
during
film?
this whole phase of this whole journey, सबसे इन तीनों मर्दों को सबसे बड़ा, सबसे खास दर्द कहाँ हुआ था?
I had got an outfit made to wear yesterday. I spent a lot of money.
And what happened?
I was very disappointed that it came. Firstly, I had to go personally to the airport and pick it up because the person who had commissioned had about 3 weeks to make it, but it came at the nth hour. So, and that was disappointing.
Yeah.
And I had fantasized. I was showing pictures of it,
That's
getting
amazing.
this
It was
done.
amazing.
I
The
bought
styling
a pair
was
of Jordans
brilliant,
with animal prints and all.
इसलिए आप ट्रैक पैंट में हो आज?
हाँ. आज के लिए नहीं, एक्चुअली कल के लिए. ये तो गली बॉय का कमाल है. गली बॉय देख के मैं ट्रैक पॉइंट. Ranveer is a trendsetter in more than one ways. So anyway, coming back to my story. So I wanted to be a karate homage and and in white and black, but at the same time really cool. And it was sort of like a tracksuit in white and all that. But I think there was something wrong there, and the designer had tried to, or their team had tried to sort of clean it up. So it reeked of some sort of petroleum chemical, and I just couldn't get rid of the smell at all. And I was so disappointed because I had personally fantasized about it. And I had shown all these guys, and they were also excited कि गुल्लू कल पहनेगा ये and all that. Flop हो गया, flop.
तुम्हारा कोई दर्द हुआ है कुछ? तुमने तो you wrote a tweet saying that promotion में काफी दर्द हो रहा है, promote करने में it's like.
I mean that was reference to Ranveer's video.
And also karate, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, who's like the guru?
Jackie Chan, of course. Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, who's like the guru. Jackie Chan, of course. Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, who's like the guru. Jackie Chan, of course. Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, who's like the guru. Jackie Chan, of course. Jackie Chan, of course. the amount of stunts that he's done has been amazing, and the kind of filmography he's had over the years, he's been more or less timeless now.
And still at it.
Yeah, and still at it, even at this age. And not only just kick, punch, kick, but it's a story every time he uses physicality to kind of convey it to you. So it's much, much, much deeper than just his martial arts, but also his face expressions.
And they're calling it the Desi Deadpool, by the way.
Which is
Ryan
welcome.
Reynolds के
Please,
साथ comparison.
Desi Deadpool, Desi Guardians of the Galaxy, it's all fine. All these references are fine by us. Like, please.
They're legendary films, and it's
They're
an
like
honor
good.
to be
They're
compared
positive.
to.
Like, we are okay with it.
It's an honor to be
We won't
compared
fight
to films that have been loved by everyone all over the world, and we have loved as well. So it's
Yeah, and I'm sure it's there on also.
yeah. I mean, we've done something right to be compared to.
Absolutely,
like
the
that,
critics
you know?
and even the reviews, everybody's been talking about it even before it's hit
Thank
theaters.
you, thank you.
So all the very best,
Thank you
and
so
well,
much.
मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता, and लग रहा है किसी को दर्द नहीं होगा ये पिक्चर देखकर, तो do go and watch it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
for
Thank
having
Thank
you.
us.
you.